Hello there. This section deals with circles. So, on a circle on an XY axis, okay, we want to try and find some form of way to state what it is. So what have we learnt about circles? We've learnt about the radius. It goes from the center to there. I might use a different color, and there you go. However, if we put this down here, then we actually have our x and y values, don't we? So, this length is the same as y, and this length is the same as x. Well, because of that, we can actually say that a circle is r squared, which is equal to x squared plus y squared. So that's one of the equations for a circle. But there's a little problem. If we try to put this in the calculator, it won't plot it. So we're going to have to do a little bit of rearranging. Our calculator only plots anything with a y in front. So if I move the y squared over, we end up with r squared minus x squared. And so if we solve for y, we have a plus or minus square root of r squared minus x squared. So that means when we plot it in, we need to plot y equals to r squared minus x squared, or y equals to negative r squared minus x squared. Now obviously, as this is at the moment, it won't plot. You need to have an actual value for your radius before you can plot it. So, the general equation for a circle is this thing. Okay, so r squared equals to x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared. Our h and k are our shifts, as per usual. So this would be our shift, and then k will be our vertical shift. And if you have a look, well, this is shifting from the one that we've derived here, and because we're shifting it, well, the center also shifts. So then the center is now hk. So nice and easy, state the equation of a circle with radius 7 and a center 2, 5. Put it into the equation. We have 7 squared equals to x minus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared. Now, you can expand the brackets if you like, but I would suggest not to because it's a bit time consuming and it's not really worth it. It's easier reading the circle equation this way anyway. So then we have 49 equals to x minus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared. So note that although you don't need to expand the brackets, you do need to work out what r squared is, okay? And then, sketch x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y minus 12 equals to 0. Note that there's a little problem on here. Note that we actually don't have the stuff in brackets, which means we can't solve for it straight away. So, we need to do a little bit of rearranging to do that. If you have a think about it, for example here, these are all put into squares, aren't they? But these aren't. So we need to make them into squares. We've used this technique before. Think about it. I'll give you 10 seconds. Got it yet? You need to complete the square. So, put all the x's together, minus 6x, and put all the y's together, and I'm going to leave a minus 12 here for now, just because it's easier to solve for it. And then, because we're completing this square, I'm going to bracket off this bit, and this bit. So, if we divide this number by 2 and square it, we get 9, so we would have x squared minus 6x plus 9, but remember, you can't just randomly add a 9 in, it doesn't make sense. So you have to do minus 9, and then for the y bit I'm going to use green, plus. If you half that number and square it, you get a 4. So then we have y squared plus 4y plus 4, and then we have to subtract the 4 again, because remember you can't randomly add a 4, and then you have minus 12 equals 0. And so, putting all of this together, you would have x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared minus 25 equals 0. Or, remember, we need to put the radius on the right. X minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals to 25. So now that we have that, this is actually an equation that we're trying to plot. Okay, you need to write down your shifts and your center. So center is, let's have a look, we have 3, negative 2. Okay, so, sorry, spit on it. So let's put this in first, the center, and then we'll go through some of the details on what we need to do. So there's our center. Now, our radius is 5 though. Let's just write that down quickly. And because our radius is 5, we need to figure out how wide the circle goes. The easiest way to do it is just do it horizontally and vertically. So what I mean by that, because r is 5 and the center is 3, the maximum points horizontally, going from left to right from the center point, would then be at an 8 or a negative 2. So this one would then be 8, negative 2, and this one would be negative 2, negative 2. And then this also goes 5 up and down. So 5 minus 2 would then give you a 3. And then 5, negative 2 minus 5 would then give you a negative 7. And then all you have to do after that is just draw a circle. I know it's a little hard. I'll try and do my best. Yeah, good enough. There you go.